Hi everybody, this is Tricia Dycka. Welcome to the Happy Empath, and today I want to chat with you about a couple of things. I want to talk a little bit about boundary. I would like to talk a little bit about remaining friends with somebody who sucks the life out of you, who tramples on your values, and why do we do that? Why do we stay friends with them? All right. So I've had an interesting week. I've had some boundaries pushed. I've had to ask myself, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? Okay, here we go. So I recently had somebody tell me that they were upset with me over deciding not to go to a function. And I was like, there's no reason to be angry with me. There's really not. When you tell somebody no, you're not going to a function, or you don't want to do something, that's your choice. You do not have to justify it. This individual decided that I should have done something that, for a lot of reasons, I didn't want to do, and I decided not to get into it. I decided my answer was no. I don't have to justify to you why my answer is no. And not only that, I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to make you feel better for my choices. So when you come across somebody who wants you to do something, go to a function, go out with them, and you decide that it's not the right time for you, you decide it's not even something that you're remotely interested in, and you say no, no is a perfectly acceptable answer. You do not have to justify it. You do not have to explain yourself. No is no. Do not let somebody manipulate you or guilt you into explaining yourself or guilt you into going. Because then you're going to end up resenting it. You're going to resent going. You're going to resent yourself. You're going to be angry at yourself. You're going to resent everybody. And it's going to be a shitty time. If you say no, just say no. That's it. That's all you need to do. Now, the other part of this was, in this conversation, it was about also how this individual perceived family relationships and how I perceived family relationships. And you know what it boils down to, guys? Keep your strong boundaries. Say no when you have to. But there is also the other side of it. You could be right and push your point, or you could be happy. Is it worth your time and energy to explain and argue and debate with someone? You will never see eye to eye with a majority of the world. It's just everybody's got their own ideas, perceptions, thoughts, expectations. They really do. So as long as you honor who you are, you honor your truth, you honor your values, as long as you do these things for yourself, you don't have to explain to others. You don't have to be right in an argument, because being right ends up draining you if you have to continuously argue your point, and the person you're arguing with doesn't get it. So I want you to stop and take a step back and really ask, is it worth being right or is it worth being happy? Is it worth trying to debate with somebody who will possibly never understand my point of view or my thoughts, because we're just on different levels right now? That doesn't mean down the road you won't be on the same level, but maybe right now things are just here. We're just not seeing eye to eye. And you don't have to push your point of view and your perspective on others, just like they don't have to push it on you. So again, creating strong boundaries is a big one here. Learning to say no and that being a complete sentence is a big one here. And the other thing that I encountered this week was staying friends with somebody when you are so far off the beaten path from one another. I just, especially when your values are different. if you find that somebody that you're hanging out with, a friend, is doing things that you're not in congruence anymore, you're just not resonating with one another, and your ideals are way different, maybe it's time to take a break. You don't have to continue to be there and continue on a friendship that is really not at all a friendship anymore. And maybe years ago it was, and you were able to help one another and encourage one another. And when that starts to shift and it's not an equal standing, you're both not on the same page, you're both not, like, for example, I had a friend, and it was years ago, and she ended up with a married man. To me, that is not part of my values. That's just not who I am. I don't believe in that. I really don't. So it really put a huge strain on our friendship. And in the beginning, I tried to understand, and I tried to maintain that friendship, and I tried to continue. But I found that it actually ended up hurting me. It hurt me for my values. It hurt me for who I am as a person. And I found that I could not remain friends with her anymore. I just couldn't do it if this is the path she was going down. Just like she couldn't handle the fact that I couldn't understand it, and I wasn't as supportive because, there was a lot of drama in that. Anyway, so I want you to take a look at friendships that maybe you're staying friends because you feel like you should. Because you've been friends for so long, but you've noticed that your values are different, your belief systems are different, and you're growing and evolving, and this person may not. At least at this stage of the game. It doesn't mean that down the road that they won't. It doesn't mean that you can't come back and be friends again. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is right now, I want you to look at who you are expending energy on. Do they have the same values as you? Do they have, are they looking for the same things? And it doesn't have to be, you both need to be woo-woo, or you both need to, it's got to be, like for me, I look for people who are fun, who are honest, who are loving, who are supportive. It doesn't matter your religious beliefs or your politics, but I look for certain core values in people. And these are the things that I want. And I want to be able to get into a friendship and throw these things. So if you find that you're in friendships or relationships with people who are constant pathological liars, going after married men who are cheating and lying and doing all of these things that really you don't do, and it hurts your soul to participate in, you got to step back and really say, is this person who I want in my life at this point? Doesn't mean that you're writing them off forever. It just means that right now you need to take a break, you need to step back, and you need to see where it will go. All right. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Have a great week. And I hope if you have any questions or comments, please comment below. If you are not on my list, please join my list. It is triciadycka.com. And if you have any questions or comments and you don't want to post below, send me an email at tricia@triciadycka.com.